Welcome to our deep dive into the world of personal finance and wealth building. We're cracking open David J. Perel's The Secrets of Getting Rich
Oh, yeah.
and seeing what practical tips and strategies we can uncover. This isn't about, becoming an overnight millionaire,
Yeah.
but building that solid financial foundation, making savvy choices, and watching your wealth grow over time.
It's fascinating. Peril really emphasizes understanding the basics before diving into complex investment strategies. He breaks down those fundamental steps that I think we often overlook.
Totally. Like plugging those money leaks. I think we all have a few of those,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Lurking in our budgets.
Yeah.
Perel's got some clever suggestions, like switching to a cheaper cell phone plan.
Yeah.
Did you know he actually recommends? Analyzing your actual data usage and considering prepaid plans. He says you could potentially save hundreds per year just by making that switch.
Yeah, it's amazing how much we just kind of get comfortable with those recurring expenses and don't really think about it.
Right. We just put it on auto pay and forget about it.
It's exactly.
He also highlights the savings you can find by being mindful during the holidays. Instead of buying fresh flowers every year, he suggests investing in, high-quality faux flowers that you can reuse, saving you money and storage space.
Such a good idea.
Yeah.
It's all about those small, consistent choices
Yes.
that add up over time.
It's not always about those drastic changes, but being smart about those everyday expenses.
Yeah.
And speaking of smart choices, Perel dives into something called social banks.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of those?
I have. They're a really interesting concept. They operate on what's called a triple bottom line, prioritizing people, the planet, and prosperity. It's not just about maximizing profits, but also considering the social and environmental impact of their investments.
The book highlights First Green Bank as a prime example. They offer a range of sustainable lending products. It's refreshing to see that kind of approach in the financial world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perel also talks about credit cards, specifically cashback rewards. He recommends the Bank of America Cash Rewards Card, which offers a tempting 3% cash back and a $200 sign-up bonus.
Ooh.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, those rewards can definitely be appealing. But Perel wisely cautions against getting lured in by those flashy offers. Without considering the potential downsides,
Right.
he really emphasizes the importance of evaluating those premium cards, especially those with annual fees. You want to make sure the rewards outweigh the cost and truly align with your spending habits.
Absolutely. Don't get caught in that trap of paying more in fees than you're actually earning back.
Right.
Now, something I know I need to get better at is negotiating. And Perel offers some great tips, especially when it comes to those pesky cell phone bills. He recommends being prepared to walk away if you're not getting the deal you want. I have a hard time with that.
Me too. It's that fear of the unknown.
Right.
But he suggests researching competitor offers.
Yeah.
And being ready to switch providers if necessary. It's amazing how much leverage you gain by simply showing that you're willing to take your business elsewhere.
It's about knowing your worth as a customer,
Yeah.
right? Now, Perel also talks about using technology to your advantage. He recommends apps like Shop Savvy and Camel to help you compare prices and snag the best deals, especially when you're shopping online.
Oh, those apps can be so helpful, especially for big ticket items. Camel tracks price history on Amazon, so you can see if you're really getting a good deal or if it's worth waiting for a sale.
It's like having a personal shopping assistant in your pocket, alerting you to the best possible deals.
Exactly.
Now, another area Perel dives into is the difference between credit reports and credit scores. I have to admit, I sometimes get those two confused.
Oh, yeah. It's a very common point of confusion. He explains that your credit report is a detailed record of your credit history, including your payment history, credit accounts, and any outstanding debts. Your credit score, on the other hand, is a 3-digit number that summarizes your creditworthiness based on that report.
Got it. And those scores are super important, right? They impact everything, from getting approved for loans
Yeah,
to the interest rates you'll pay.
absolutely. Perel emphasizes the need to understand the roles of the 3 major credit reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. These agencies compile your credit information, which lenders use to assess your financial reliability.
So it's not just one big score. It's actually 3 different reports from 3 different agencies.
Right. And he even suggests checking your credit reports regularly for errors.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised how often mistakes happen. And even a small error can negatively impact your score.
He even mentions how something as simple as an incorrect date of service on a medical bill can actually affect your credit.
Oh, yeah. It can happen.
It's amazing how much those seemingly insignificant details matter in the long run.
Absolutely.
Now let's move on to some of Perel's lazy ways to plug those money leaks. I'm all for strategies that make managing my finances easier.
Me too. He really emphasizes the power of automation. Setting up automatic bill payments, for example, can save you time and help you avoid those pesky late fees.
Right. And he also suggests putting your recurring product needs on auto delivery. It's a great way to ensure you never run out of essentials and often even snags you a discount.
I love that.
It's all about finding those systems that streamline your financial life, freeing up your time and mental energy for other things.
Absolutely.
Now let's shift gears and talk about investing. I know that can seem intimidating, but Peril offers some great advice for getting started, including the concept of
Oh,
robo-advisors.
yes. Essentially, they are automated investment platforms that use algorithms to manage your portfolio. They can be a great option for beginners or those who prefer a hands-off approach to investing.
Peril highlights options like TD Ameritrade Essential Portfolios and Wealthfront as potential platforms to consider. It
Yeah.
seems like a simple way to dip your toes into the investment world without feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, and while robo-advisors offer convenience and often lower fees compared to traditional financial advisors, it's important to consider the level of personalization and control you desire.
Right, so it's about weighing those pros and cons and deciding what's the best fit for your individual needs and goals.
Exactly.
And speaking of tools, Peril also dives into the world of budgeting apps. He compares popular options like Mint and Every Dollar Plus.
Hmm.
He even addresses those security concerns many people have when it comes to sharing their financial information online.
Yeah, that's a big one for a lot of people.
He reassures us that these apps take data protection very seriously, using encryption and other security measures to safeguard your sensitive information.
That's good to know.
So Mint seems to offer a comprehensive overview of your financial picture,
Mhm.
while Every Dollar Plus provides a more hands-on budgeting approach where you account for every dollar.
Yeah, so it really depends on your style.
It's fascinating how many options are out there to help us stay on top of our finances.
Right.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about how to navigate those major life events without breaking the bank.
Okay.
Peril offers some really practical advice on managing the costs of weddings and even divorces. For weddings, he suggests downsizing the bridal party and using RSVP postcards to cut down on postage costs. It's about finding creative ways to celebrate without going overboard on expenses.
I love that. It's about focusing on the meaning behind the celebration rather than getting caught up in the extravagance.
And for divorces, he emphasizes mediation as a more cost-effective alternative to litigation, especially for couples with less complicated situations.
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, Perel also issues a cautionary tale about potential scams related to genealogy research. I know a lot of people are interested in tracing their family history, but it's important to be aware of those companies that prey on that enthusiasm.
Yeah, absolutely.
He stresses the importance of thoroughly researching websites and services. Before handing over any payment information,
Mm-hmm.
he recommends starting with free resources like FamilySearch.org and Google News, which often offer a wealth of information without any cost.
That's a great tip.
Now let's delve into Perel's guidance on insurance and financial planning. He encourages us to regularly review our insurance policies to ensure they align with our current needs and that we're not paying for coverage we no longer need.
Mm-hmm. He also provides some insightful tips on evaluating policies that might not be necessary and those that are essential for safeguarding your business. He highlights the importance of avoiding overlaps in coverage and bundling policies to potentially secure discounts. It's about being strategic and making sure your insurance truly works for you.
I like that. He even gives some red flags to watch out for when it's time to break up with your insurance agent, like poor communication,
Mm-hmm.
unexplained rate increases, or an unwillingness to refer you to other specialists. It's about recognizing those signs that you might not be getting the best service or support.
Right. It's important to feel confident in your insurance agent and know that they have your best interests at heart.
And speaking of having your best interests at heart, Perel touches upon the concept of socially responsible investing, or SRI. It's an approach that considers the ethical and social impact of investments alongside financial returns.
Yeah. It's about aligning your investment portfolio with your personal values.
Right.
He highlights that there might be some trade-offs involved, potentially impacting returns, but it's about prioritizing those causes you believe in.
Now, before we move on to the next chapter of our deep dive, I'm curious, what stands out to you so far from The Secrets of Getting Rich? What resonates with you the most?
That's a great question. I think for me, it's that overarching message of empowerment. Perel really emphasizes that we have more control over our financial well-being than we often realize. It's about taking those small steps, making informed choices. and really advocating for ourselves.
I think that's a great point. It's not about being a financial expert. It's about being proactive
Huh.
and engaged in managing your money.
Exactly.
And it's never too late to start. As you reflect on these tips and strategies, consider this. How could you apply these principles to your own financial journey? What small changes can you make today to start building a brighter financial future?
I love that. It's all about taking action.
And we'll be back with more from The Secret of Getting Rich in our next part.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the secrets of getting rich. I'm excited to continue exploring Pearl's practical tips, especially when it comes to managing those everyday expenses. That can really add up.
Me too. Peril covers so much ground, from saving money on pet care to understanding the true cost of those trendy electric vehicles. He provides a wealth of information.
Let's start with car insurance. Peril offers some fantastic tips for lowering those premiums, which can make a real difference in your budget.
Like bundling policies. I never thought of that.
It can be a great way to save money, especially if you have multiple insurance needs with the same provider. He also recommends paying your premiums in full whenever possible.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
It saves on those pesky installment fees.
Exactly. And don't be shy about asking for every possible discount. You'd be surprised how many discounts are available that people don't even know about.
That's a great reminder. Sometimes we just need to be a little more proactive about asking for those savings. Now, Peril also compares direct auto insurance carriers to those with local agents, encouraging us to shop around and consider factors beyond just the price tag.
It's about finding the best fit for your needs and preferences. Some people value the convenience of dealing with everything online, while others prefer the personalized service and advice of a local agent.
Right. And when it comes to buying a new car, Peril provides a step-by-step guide to negotiating the best price. I always feel a little intimidated in those situations, but his advice seems really practical and empowering.
He emphasizes the importance of researching average prices for the car you're interested in, considering all fees, and really understanding the potential downsides of online car buying.
Yeah, he even warns about those tempting online deals that might not include all the necessary fees or offer the same level of customer service as a traditional dealership. It's about being an informed consumer and avoiding those impulse decisions that can cost you big time.
Right. He also breaks down the often confusing world of car insurance coverage, deciphering that three-number system for liability coverage. Do you know what those numbers actually represent?
I have to admit, I've seen them on my policy, but I've never really understood what they mean.
Peril explains that each number represents a different coverage limit. For example, a policy might have limits of 100 to 300,050. That means the policy covers up to $100,000 per person for bodily injury, $300,000 per accident for bodily injury, and $50,000 for property damage.
So those numbers indicate the maximum amount the insurance company will pay out in those specific situations.
Exactly. He also highlights the trade-offs of choosing different deductibles for collision and comprehensive coverage. A higher deductible means lower monthly premiums, but it also means you'll pay more out of pocket if you have to file a claim.
It's about finding that balance between managing your monthly expenses and being prepared for those unexpected events. Now, Peril doesn't shy away from the complexities of healthcare either. He dives into Medicare Part C, also known as Medicare Advantage, emphasizing the importance of carefully considering enrollment periods and comparing benefits and costs.
Right. He encourages us to thoroughly research our options and understand the implications of choosing Medicare Advantage over traditional Medicare. It's about making informed decisions that align with your individual healthcare needs and preferences.
He even tackles alternative health remedies. That was an interesting section.
He debunks those myths about alkaline water, which always seemed a bit too good to be true, but he actually offers support for the effectiveness of duct tape for wart removal.
Okay, that's one I have to try. I've heard that one before, but I've always been skeptical. Now let's move on to home ownership, a significant financial decision for many people. Peril guides us through the process of hiring a home inspector, stressing the importance of choosing an independent inspector and carefully reviewing the scope of the inspection.
He highlights the importance of having someone who is solely working for you, not the seller, to ensure you're getting an unbiased assessment of the property's condition.
That's a great point. It's a significant investment. So you want to be sure you're getting a thorough and accurate evaluation.
Absolutely. And Peril also delves into the age-old debate of renting versus buying. He challenges the assumption that buying is always the better option.
Yeah, I think a lot of people assume home ownership is the ultimate goal. But Peril suggests that renting might make more sense in certain situations.
Especially for short-term stays or when relocating to a new area, he highlights the flexibility of renting. the avoidance of maintenance costs, and the potential financial benefits if you're not planning to stay in one place for an extended period.
Right. Peril also provides valuable insights into maximizing the sale price of your home if you do decide to sell. He emphasizes the importance of improving curb appeal, staging the home effectively, and even considering selling to investors for potential price advantages.
Those first impressions are crucial. A well-maintained exterior and strategically staged interior can make a huge difference in attracting potential buyers and maximizing their perceived value of the property.
And when it comes to those more complex homeownership options, he explores the intricacies of reverse mortgages.
He highlights the need to thoroughly understand the terms and consider long-term financial plans. Before making this significant decision, reverse mortgages can provide financial flexibility for seniors, but they also come with certain risks and limitations that are important to consider.
Now let's talk about unlocking hidden value and generating income. Peril encourages us to think outside the box and explore alternate income streams. Some of his ideas are pretty creative.
He mentions conducting estate sales, which can be a profitable way to help people liquidate a large volume of possessions. It's a win-win, providing a service while also generating income for yourself.
And for those with photogenic homes, he dives into the logistics of renting your space as a film location. I never thought of that.
It can be a lucrative option, especially if you live in an area with a thriving film industry. He emphasizes the importance of clear agreements, insurance coverage, and realistic expectations about the process.
It's about being prepared and protecting yourself legally, while also taking advantage of this unique income opportunity. He even explores the exciting world of turning your blog into a profitable business. That's something I've always been curious about.
He suggests strategies like affiliate marketing, where you earn a commission for promoting other companies' products or services, and selling related services or products that complement your blog's content.
It's about leveraging your passion and expertise to create a sustainable income stream. And for those who have a hobby, they'd love to turn into a business. Peril provides valuable insights into making that transition successfully.
He emphasizes the importance of planning, managing expectations, and finding a balance between passion and profitability.
He even cautions against letting the business side stifle the joy you find in your hobby. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can pursue your passion, while also building a successful venture. Now, before we wrap up our deep dive, I want to touch on a crucial aspect of Peril's book, protecting yourself from financial scams. It's a topic that's unfortunately relevant in today's world.
Absolutely. Peril emphasizes the importance of doing your research, asking tough questions, and being wary of those offers that sound too good to be true. If something seems too easy or promises unrealistic returns, it's probably best to approach it with caution.
He encourages us to be proactive in safeguarding our financial well-being and to educate ourselves about common scams and fraudulent schemes.
Knowledge is power, and the more you understand about potential risks, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself and your finances.
So you've heard it here. Be informed, be cautious. And remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Welcome back to our deep dive. As we wrap up our exploration of the secrets of getting rich, I think it's important to highlight Peril's emphasis on the financial mindset. It's not just about those practical steps, but also cultivating the right attitude toward money.
Yeah, he really encourages a proactive and informed approach, doesn't he? It's about seeing wealth building as a journey, not a destination.
Exactly. And part of that journey is advocating for yourself, especially when it comes to negotiating salaries. Peril suggests not being afraid to ask for what you're worth, and even employing a bold tactic,
Oh, what's that?
starting with an artificially high number, just to set the anchor for the negotiations.
That's interesting. So it's about shifting your perspective and recognizing your value in the marketplace.
Right. He also dives into the savings habits of millionaires, highlighting their commitment to budgeting and tracking expenses. It's a reminder that wealth isn't about reckless spending, but making conscious choices.
It's about being mindful of where your money is going and aligning your spending with your long-term goals. Peril also offers guidance on choosing the best retirement plan for your microbusiness.
He explores options like the SEP IRA and the solo 401k, emphasizing the importance of planning for the future, even as a small business owner.
Yeah, it's never too early to start thinking about retirement, even if you're just starting out.
Now, what about those seeking additional income streams? Peril explores some interesting online opportunities.
He suggests creating a professional-looking website, sharing your knowledge through a blog, or even becoming a mystery shopper.
He really encourages embracing the digital world. and leveraging its potential for generating income. I also found his section on investing in startups fascinating. He explains the concept of equity crowdfunding.
It's a way for individuals to invest in early-stage companies, often through online platforms.
Right. Pearl provides guidance on evaluating potential opportunities and understanding the risks involved. It's an alternative investment avenue. That can be exciting, but requires careful consideration. For sure. And to wrap things up, Pearl reminds us about the importance of giving back.
I love that he includes this aspect. It's a great reminder that financial success isn't just about accumulating wealth, but using it to make a positive impact.
Absolutely. He explores ways to donate to charity without spending money, from choosing financial management tools that donate on your behalf to donating points earned through credit card rewards programs.
It's about aligning your financial decisions with your values and finding ways to support those causes you believe in. So as we conclude this deep dive into the secrets of getting rich, what resonated most with you?
So much good stuff. I think for me, it's the reminder that financial well-being is about more than just numbers. It's about making choices that align with our values and creating a life that feels both prosperous and fulfilling.
I love that. What's one action step you can take today to start building a brighter financial future?
Oh, good question. Maybe it's reviewing your budget, negotiating a better rate on a loan, or exploring a new income opportunity. Whatever it is, take that first step.
Pearl provides a wealth of knowledge, but it's up to each of us to take action.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of personal finance.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep into those topics that spark your curiosity.